Hello people, in this video let us look at this chapter occupational health. Okay, so basically health of a worker, right? So like in a factory or any employee, basically it's the health of the employee that they are concerned about. Prevention is better than cure. Here there's a topic called ergonomics. So basically it means what? Fitting the job to the worker and fitting the worker to the job, something like this, right? So that there can be best productivity. So ergonomics will help achieve the best mutual adjustment of man and his work for improvement of human efficiency and well-being. What and all hazards can be there at a place of work, right? Occupational hazards. So the person can be exposed to physical hazards like heat, cold, light, radiation, so many things are there. Chemicals, right? A lot of chemical hazards can be there. Biological hazards like infectious material probably. Mechanical hazards like all these cutters and so many things will be there. Psychosocial hazards, stress, etc. Right? Let's look at each of these. Physical hazards. Heat and cold. So let us look at what and all are there here. Heat and cold, high temperatures in Kolar gold mines of Mysore. This Park textbook is totally for Karnataka only. Everything here is about Karnataka. Right? High temperatures in Kolar gold field. So what is the comfort zone? So you should know the comfort zone and discomfort. So 20 to 27 degree they are saying is the comfort zone. Below which also then you will say cold, and cold can cause a lot of issues. So you can say heat can cause a lot of issues like dry eyes, eye issues, skin issues, all that you will write, right? So we are done with this one, physical hazards. What did we see? No, in physical hazards we finished heat and cold. Heat will cause, guys, heat will cause hyperthermia. I think this is not the right word. Pyrexia is fever. It is hyperthermia, right? If I am not wrong. Heat exhaustion, heat syncope, cramps, burns. Yeah, obviously if it's very hot it will cause burns, and it can cause prickly heat. Yeah. Cold, what will cold lead to? Cold will lead to frostbite, chilblains, trench foot. Chilblains, let us look at this. Painful inflammation of small blood vessels in your skin. Repeated exposure to cold. Okay. Then coming to light, it should not be very bright or dim. If it is dim, what will happen? You will not be able to see properly. You will strain your eyes. Right? Also, there should not be too much brightness or glare should not be there. So, what and all this can lead to? It can lead to occupational cataract. Never heard this, right? Occupational cataract and nystagmus, minor's nystagmus. Wow, there's very specific terms here. Congestion around the cornea, eye lacrimation, eye strain, headache, congestion around the cornea. Then what did they say here? Occupational cataract, minor's nystagmus, all this can happen. Now coming to pressure. Pressure also can cause issues. It's a physical agent. Pressure can lead to Caisson's disease, air embolism, blast. What is this? A blast can lead to pressure, isn't it? Caisson's disease is basically diver, right? When they come up, the nitrogen will escape and it will cause bubbles, isn't it? That's what is Caisson's disease. Air embolism. So when the diver, when he returns rapidly from underwater, this problem will happen, okay? He is returning to low pressure. He is returning sooner. He is returning fast. He should not return so fast. Decompression sickness will happen. Caisson's disease. Okay, so that is about pressure. Then let's move on. Noise, occupational deafness. So when there is chronic exposure to noise, there can be noise-induced hearing loss. So look at the permission that is there. Industrial, 75 decibels. Okay, industrial area. This is industrial area, isn't it? Industrial area, the allowed decibels in daytime, 75. In nighttime, 70. So in residential area, just 55 in the day and 45 in the night. In silent areas, 50 and 40 decibels in the night. So residential, just remember, 55 decibels in the residential. But here we are talking about what? We are talking about occupational hazards, right? Let us look at this. This one will give some more information that we need. Permissible exposure to continuous noise. So if a person is working at, this is Factories Act. So if he is working at 90 decibels, then he can work 8 hours. If he is working at higher noise levels, his work hour has to be, daily exposure has to be limited. So remember 90 decibels, 8 hours. Okay, that will, otherwise it will lead to occupational deafness. Radiation. So radiation can lead to what? Cancer, leukemia, that's also cancer, aplastic anemia, pancytopenia. So penia means what? Everything became less, right? All the cells became less. Pancytopenia, all the types of cells. Okay, mechanical factors. Look at mechanical factors. Injuries, accidents. So you should be able to write all these mechanical factors. Injuries, accidents. They'll have a lot of these cutter machines and all that. You can imagine, right? Electricity, burns. Electricity can lead to shock, burns, right? Now we are moving on, guys, to chemical agents. Wake up. We are going to chemical agents. Chemical agents, we have gases, dusts, metals, chemicals, solvents. Okay, gases. What and all gases will be there? Yeah, you can have carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, cyanide, right? What is this? Ammonia, nitrogen. H2S is what? Hydrogen sulfide, hydrochloric acid, sulfur dioxide. All these can cause gas poisoning. So remember gases. Then you come to dusts. Pneumoconiosis. This we'll have to cover a separate video on this. These are occupational lung diseases, right? Pneumoconiosis, occupational. Remember that word comes only when it is occupational. Pneumoconiosis. Here that is because of dust. So you can have coal dust. Coal dust will cause what? Anthracosis. These names are very important. You have to write these names if they ask in the exam. This question, dust, coal dust, anthracosis, silica, silicosis, asbestosis, lung, cancer, lung. Iron can cause siderosis. Organic, you have cane fiber, that is sugarcane fiber, bagasosis. Cotton dust will cause bicyanosis. Tobacco will cause tobaccosis. Hay, grain dust will cause farmer's lung. Every word is important in this. This will kind of cover everything, right? These are such tables. Then, okay, let's take a recap of all this. Okay, give the examples. Coal dust, anthracosis, then you had silicosis, asbestosis, then what was the other inorganic one? Iron, siderosis. Organic, what and all you have? Cane fiber, that is sugarcane fiber, bagasosis. Actually, it is not sugarcane, it is the bagasis. That is what will cause bagasosis. Cotton dust, bicyanosis, tobacco, tobaccosis. Hay, farmer's lung was caused because of what? Farmer's lung is caused because of hay. See, dust actually dust is something physical, that's what you would say, but they have put it under chemical. Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay. Metals and their compounds. Now coming to metals. All these heavy metals they have written here. What and all are the metals they have written? Lead, mercury, cadmium, manganese, beryllium, arsenic and chromium. Chromium and all very dangerous if I'm not wrong. Chromium. Lead will be there where in petrol, in now you have unleaded petrol, yeah, but lead, where was lead? Lead paint, remember now they have removed lead paint and all that. Mercury, where and all you will have people who manufacture thermometers or something. Cadmium, manganese, beryllium, arsenic, chromium, all this you have to remember, okay? Very important. You write off this type of table, you will get all the marks immediately. Chemicals, generally they are mentioning here acids, bases, pesticides. Pesticides, don't forget, okay? Pesticides. Pesticides, don't forget to write this. Then solvents. Solvents. Instead of putting gases and liquid and something else, they have made it as solvents. Okay. Carbon bisulfide, benzene. Okay. Then chloroform. Trichloroethylene. So say the solvents, benzene, chloroform, trichloroethylene, carbon bisulfide. So we are done with chemicals, guys. Chemicals are over. We finished physical agents. Now we finished chemicals also. Physical agents, what did we see? Physical agents, we saw heat, cold, we saw light, noise, pressure, vibration, all that you can write. Then physical, what and all you saw other than this? Yeah, and then we saw radiation, mechanical factors like all these machines, and then electricity. So don't forget radiation, machines, electricity. Okay. Then we saw the noise limit, etc. Remember 90 decibels means he can work 8 hours. 90 decibels, 8 hours. Okay, then we will go to chemical agents. Okay, now tell the chemical agents what and all you saw. Chemical agents we saw gases like all the hydrochloric acid, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide. Okay, then what and all we saw? Solvents we saw, some solvents we saw, then chemicals, come on, acid, bases, pesticides we saw. Then something here in the middle. Oh, pneumoconiosis, dust. Dust is the something that is coming under chemical. Please remember that, okay? So where is that? Here. Dust, coal dust, anthracosis, all this very important. Metals, yeah, metals also you should not forget. Metal is under chemical. What is this? Okay, metals they have put under chemical. Fine. Then, that's all right. Shall we move on? Okay. The last part of this hazards, occupational hazards. Biological agents, cancers, dermatosis, psychological origin. Only 4 more left. What are we looking at? Occupational hazards. Occupational hazards we are looking at. Biological agents, brucellosis, leptospirosis. Brucellosis usually cattle handlers, right? Brucellosis, leptospirosis because of rats. Anthrax, actinomycosis, hydatidosis, psittacosis, tetanus, encephalitis, fungal infections. Okay, so which of these you think you want to write? So brucellosis, leptospirosis, anthrax, actinomycosis, hydatidosis, psittacosis, tetanus, encephalitis, fungal infections, right? All these, okay? Occupational cancers. This is very important. What are all cancers? Cancer of skin, cancer of lungs, bladder. Bladder cancer because of what? Actually, if you remember, you also already saw that asbestosis can lead to lung cancer, isn't it? Then even what can lead to bladder cancer? Like aniline, nitrogen, benzene, they can lead to bladder cancer, remember? Bladder cancer. Then cancer of skin is very common, remember that. Somewhere we saw they said leukemia, right? We saw leukemia also. Here under radiation they have mentioned leukemia. So yeah, leukemia. Under occupational cancer, guys, just remember so many of these cancers, okay, like angiosarcoma of liver, mesothelioma, leukemia, bladder cancer, nasal cell carcinoma, lungs, don't ever forget the lungs, okay. Skin is important, squamous cell carcinoma, okay. And what and all are these causing agents? Radiation, plastic, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, asbestos, benzene, benzidine, nitrogen, aniline, nickel, chromium, right? Radon itself has the name in it, radon, right? Radon, silica, all these can lead to occupational cancers. Now let's go to occupational dermatosis. Dermatitis. So under dermatosis they have written dermatitis, then eczema. Okay, dermatitis and eczema. Remember, skin cancer is actually very common cancer. Usually for metal, whenever they're exposed, right, that time they can get dermatitis on this, okay. Now lastly, let us go to this psychological origin. Diseases of psychological origin, neurosis, hypertension, peptic ulcer. Very easily you will say, right, they'll get a lot of blood, high blood pressure, hypertension, peptic ulcers, so much of stress, huh? Neurosis. So in occupational hazards, physical, chemical we finished, right? In occupational hazards, physical and chemical we finished. Then biological agents, we said all brucellosis, leptospirosis, fungal infections, then what and all? Psittacosis, tetanus, anthrax, encephalitis, etc. Then we had a topic called cancers. Under cancers, we studied skin cancer, lung cancer, bladder cancer, leukemia, etc. Then they said some psychological like neurosis, hypertension, peptic ulcer. In between something we're missing, dermatitis, skin. Dermatitis and what was that? Eczema, right? So that's all. This much you have to write in occupational hazards. Remember that this metal, where is metal coming? Metal is coming under chemical, right? This lead poisoning is called as what? Plumbism. You have already studied in forensic also, right? Plumbism. Lead poisoning is called as plumbism. PB lead. Lead poisoning, plumbism. Okay, because plumbers and lead from where it is coming? Petrol, paint, etc. In forensic, we have already covered this topic. Plumbism, Saturnism, chronic lead poisoning, right? What and all will be there in this? Some basophilic stippling, Burton's line, basophilic stippling, all these are very specific things, right? Burton's line, basophilic stippling. We have photo of that here. Basophilic stippling. The line from chronic lead intoxication. This is what? Plumbism. Burton line. Okay. So how will they diagnose plumbism? Urine, there will be coprophosphirin. And how will they treat it? Treatment, they are saying you can give specific calcium, EDTA, BAL, British anti-Levitsite, isn't it? And D-penicillamine. This is important, guys. calcium, EDTA, all this. These are important treatments. So that was about lead. Remember, lead is important. And pneumoconiosis, that is occupational lung disease, is very, very, very important. Let's see if you can answer. Coal dust causes anthracosis, silicosis, asbestosis, iron, siderosis, cane fiber, bagosis. Wait. What is it? Bagasosis. Cotton dust, bicinosis. Tobaccosis. Hay, farmer's lung. This is important. This is very, very important. This part of it. Pneumoconiosis. These names you have to know. This pneumoconiosis is because of dust, right? You know that. Just remember the range of the particle, 0.5 to 3 micron. This is very important. If you don't write, it will be waste writing all about pneumoconiosis, right? 0.5 to 3 micron, okay?